Well, tragedy coast to coast and cocaine in the White House. Joining me now is someone who can cover it all, Tennessee Congressman and Oversight Committee member Tim Burchett. Congressman, so I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Long weekend, obviously. Lots happened. KJP, though, opened her press conference discussing these mass shootings. I want to get to the soundbite in a minute, but what do you make of the fact that someone close to the president had to have brought this in?
I think it's very ironic, if anything, but, you know, I suspect this will be swept under the rug. I thought it was interesting, too, to know that they said that it was not a toxic. There was some sort of ruling that it wasn't toxic. When is cocaine not toxic? But with the, this White House is a joke. And this is just another example of exactly what's going on within this White House, in and around it. You and I both know, you said it best. You can't go in the White House unless you are within the bubble, unless you are part of the team. There is no way that this gets in there unless this is someone very close to the president. And I think you'll see when this, I think the cover-up will continue. I think they'll pin it on some poor worker there or something like that. And somebody will come forward and then just disappear into the shadows.
Yeah, hope maybe, somebody that wasn't even involved in it. But listen to KJP's response when asked about this.
Yesterday, the president addressed the wave of tragic and senseless shootings we saw over the holiday weekend in communities across America, including shootings in Philadelphia, Fort Worth, Baltimore, Lansing, Wichita, and Chicago. On the heels of the tragedies we saw unfold across the last few days, the president continues to call on Republican lawmakers in Congress to come to the table and ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. We need Congress to do something. We need Republicans in Congress to do something to protect our communities.
Congressman, if it's not a Trump-supporting white male, it automatically resets to high-capacity magazines, and AR-15s are the responsibility. Yeah. How are they getting away with this?
Well, because they're lying, and you've got a willing media that just laps this stuff up like lapdogs. You and I both know, we've been around firearms our whole lives, that most of these are done with handguns, and this is gangland violence. This is something that's been going on for years upon years in these very Democrat-controlled communities. This is not a suburban problem, although we've had the AR situation all over in different areas that is very much visible, obviously. But the reality is, this is gangland stuff. This has been going on for quite some time, and they're just misdirecting. As they always do. They're not wanting to take any responsibility. You've got these communities get millions upon millions of dollars. The government has taken the place of the fathers in the homes. Right. You can run the statistics down, and of course you're going to be labeled a racist. But the reality is, mostly these are gang-related shootings. And the one where the cross-dresser. I mean, there's a mentally ill person who does not fit the narrative. Again, you won't hear much about that.
Right.
And the fact that being mentally ill, they should have never been able to get a gun legally. And so obviously they're getting them illegally. And you know as well as I do, if somebody wants to take a bunch of people out, it's just, all you got to do is look at the Oklahoma City bombings.
Right.
They did it with ammonium nitrate and
Boston
diesel
bomber.
fuel.
Yeah.
Boston bomber, exactly.
The irony, Congressman, is that the legislation and all the gun and the cities she mentioned, five of the 6 cities that she named in that press conferences, those cities have Democratic mayors have almost exclusive Democratic control. But Philadelphia's DA had one of the most shocking sound bites. Listen to what he said in response to this tragic shooting.
It is disgusting, the lack of proper gun legislation that we have in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I cannot agree more heartily with the mayor. It is disgusting that you can go to New Jersey and find a whole list of reasonable gun regulation that we don't have, that you can go to Delaware and there's almost as long a list of reasonable gun legislation that we don't have. Some of that legislation might have made a difference here.
Well, Congressman, I don't profess to be a constitutional scholar, but Section 21 of the Pennsylvania Constitution does say that you can't question the right to keep and bear arms.